So it's day 11 of solving puzzle series, and here we are with our first puzzle, bishop d6. Okay, so we are noticing that there is a fork on bishop and knight, bishop and queen, and bishop will be attacked this. Now attacked with rook, and it will be attacked by the knight. So it's knight b5, forking bishop and queen. Bishop takes e5, and now we'll pick up the queen on c7, knight takes c7. Next one, so knight is pinned to the queen, and after we push the pawn on e5, and d takes on e5, and we'll capture again. After that, knight is also attacked, which is defending h7, which has to move, and the diagonal h7 d3 diagonal will be open, so bishop's diagonal will be open, so it's e5, d takes e5, f takes e5, bishop has to move, and now we first take the queen and will be up a piece. So queen takes e7. Next one, okay, so there is a tick on knight, so it should be queen d4, creating a better and threatening checkmate, and also we'll pick up the pawn, and we'll, I think, win the pawn and further. So it starts with queen d4, no, so it should be starting with okay, so first we take the knight on e4 with bishop, so bishop takes e4, d takes e4, and now we go and go with queen on g4, threatening checkmate and also threatening the bishop, so it's queen g4. Next one, knight come to e4, so the so we can take the bishop knight on f3, because the pawn on g2 is pinned, so we can first take that. In that case, knight will take on d6. Also we are noticing that queen, both are queens on same file, but bishop is in between, and we have discord check, and the queen on c6 is undefended, so we can win the queen. So it's bishop h2 check, discord check, king takes, and now we'll pick up the queen. So queen takes c6. Next one, so it's a queen trade offer. but I think we can go to a4 and threatening checkmate. So it starts with queen a4, bishop goes to 7 to clear the last rank, and now last rank 8th rank is defended by rook. But now we will enter with the 7th rank, threatening queen f7 check followed by queen f7, and rook has to king has to move, and will sacrifice the queen, and the back rank is weak, so queen queen f8 check, rook has to take, and rook takes f8 will be checkmate. So in this case we'll move with tempo, so it's queen d7. Next one, queen goes to h6. Okay, so there is a tactic. uh, After we push the pawn on f f6, it will reveal the attack on undefended rook on c8. So, and also the pawn on f7 will be pinned, pawn on g7 will be pinned. So it's f6, rook came to f f8. Now we go and deliver check first. So it's queen e6 check. Now king and queen is on same file, so we can pin the queen by rook. So it's rook h1, queen takes h1 check, rook king takes h1. So we are in exchange of queen. We have queen. We want queen in exchange of rook. So now we have queen, and other side has rook. So let's move on to the next one. So it's opposite colored bishop anyway. So pawn on e6 goes to e7 and threatening to promote with check on e8, but we can we can we can stop the promoting square with our bishop and king. If we stop with bishop, then we'll be attacking the bishop on b b8, which will be having only one square on a7, and we'll go and attack again by going to king goes to b7. So uh, the move has to be bishop d5. Now we are securing the promoting square, which is e8, and bishop goes to a7. Now we'll attack with king. So it's king b7, and notice the bishop is trapped because all those square are covered. Let's see, b6, 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 c5, and d4. All those squares covered, and also after that, in the diagonal there is a king on e3, which is why bishop cannot escape. So in this case, we win the piece after the end of the variation. So let's move on to the next one. G6. So we can go with our rook and pin that pawn on g6. After that, we can enter with queen, or we can first take the pawn on is e5, and then I will enter with queen. Also this knight is misplaced here, so will be attacking the knight, so we can go with queen d3 also, offering queen trade, and then pick up the knight. So I think that should be the move, because the knight will have only one square, only few square left. B, in this case b8 and b1 and f1, all those other squares will be covered. um, so let's start with queen d3. No, it's not. So it should be either rook g3 or queen takes e5. Let's start with queen takes e5, or let's go with rook g3. Okay, so knight delivered check, and now we pick up the knight with queen, because if we take with rook, then queen will be attacked, and if we can take also with our g takes f3 with g pawn. So I think it should be queen takes f3. Okay, so after the end of the variation we won the piece. So let's move on to the last puzzle of today. Queen goes to g6, and notice that king has back rank is weak, and the escaping square on f7 is covered by bishop on e6, so it should be winning queen or delivering checkmate. So it starts with, okay, so in this variation we'll win the rook on c7, because it will, after we'll give check on d8, will be forked. So queen d8 check, king goes to g7, and now we'll pick up the rook on c7. So queen takes c7. There is one check, but we can go to g2. Okay, we can go to g2. Yeah. So that's it for today. I will continue this series for tomorrow.